Alright, just a minute here. Turn the sound off. It is now once the time to enter the cage, and this time we are reviewing the 2011 film Seeking Justice, starring Nicolas Cage, Guy Pearce, and January Jones. It's about a man named Will whose wife is attacked and raped. And after the event, a strange man named Simon says that he can take care of it, no questions asked. All he will require is a favor later on down the line. And the man who raped his wife turns up dead, and a few months or so later, Simon comes a calling and asking for a favor. This all connects to a secret group that Simon is a part of, and it takes Will down a dark turn. So, the full cast for this that I can put out there that I know of is, Nicolas Cage plays Will. January Jones plays his wife. Laura. Harold Perrineau plays his friend and the principal of the school where he works, Jimmy. And Jennifer Carpenter has a meaningless cameo as his sister. She has a couple scenes and she doesn't do anything. And of course, Guy Pearce plays Simon. You also have some cameos from Santa Berkeley. I don't know who that is, but so yeah, Will is just a teacher, minding his own business, celebrating his anniversary with his wife. The next day, he's playing chess with his buddy. When he leaves, he finds out he gets a phone. He has several phone calls from his wife. She's been attacked and raped by a mystery man, and while he's sitting there, when the results, a strange man named Simon shows up and says something similar happened to him, and that he would like to help. He knows who it is, and he's going to, send someone to deal with it. He says if they take it to court, that it's just gonna, cause the wife more mental and physical harm, basically, more mental harm, I guess. And it'd be easier just to get it taken care of. The guy turns up dead and is basically taken care of. A few months later, he is brought in to do a similar favor. Tracking guy he's told is a child pornographer to kill him. But when he sees the guy, instead of killing him, he starts to ask about Simon. And the guy ends up dying. Will is arrested for the murder of this guy, and the actual footage of what happened is gone missing. This group has it. He starts to investigate, finds out this guy's actually an investigative reporter, researching the group, and is going to try to out Simon and the group, and that's why they did it. And he's the murder suspect. Meanwhile, the wife finds the necklace that was ripped off of her by the rapist and gets pissed at him, causing a rift between them. I don't know what the point of that was, but I don't know. Eventually, though, she is kidnapped. She's almost kidnapped, and she is kidnapped. It's revealed that his best friend Jimmy is part of the group too. Although I really don't know what the point of that is, other than, Harold Perrineau was playing a guy who turned on his friends before. Why not do it again? Lost. It just didn't make any sense to me. Other than to prove that you really don't know who's in the group and who's not. But you have the ending to kind of go with that. So, Will goes to this wake for the guy to get information. He talks to a bunch of the co-workers to get information what's going on. He said, yeah, but then he starts, the aliens came down, and so they think it, the guy was full of it, basically. He starts to do research. Am I the only one who thinks that Will gets away with way too much for being someone who's being hunted by the police? Like, So he gets arrested for the murder, and he's sitting in there. This guy comes in. There's a code phrase that they say, the white rabbit jumps. Uh, and so when the guy, he does like a word association, he goes, the white rabbit does what? Jumps. The white rabbit jumps. He lets him go. He says, wait 10 seconds, and then leave. And then, no one, he's got this little, lanyard tag thing on him, but no one does anything to stop him from leaving that place. Although they should have seen him be dragged in. I mean, are these terrible cops? He walks away, basically. There are other cops involved. It's just he gets away, basically. Excuse me. Sorry. But, yeah. I do like the scene where the wife tries to call him, and the police have his phone, although I don't think that's legal. I guess maybe it is, but I thought he had his phone with him. I don't know. I don't know. But, yeah, and then there's Simon, who has his wife. We find out later Simon has his wife because Jimmy's in on it, of course. I do like the scene where he goes to the school to get up information, runs to the student that he had hit earlier and got suspended for hitting because of all the stress in his life. And they're tagging something, and he's like, I heard you got arrested. What for? Murder. First degree. He's like, so I got a favor to ask. No. We didn't see you, and you didn't see us. And they leave. It's just like, okay, what was the point with it? Excuse me, what was the point with this subplot? I don't know. Really don't know. Before I get to the climax, I just want to say that Nicolas Cage's performance in this is fantastic. Whatever you say about most of his acting performances, the dude can act. This film in particular, I think, is a good example of that. The scene after he finds out what happened to his wife is fantastic. The crying, just the emotion that he throws out. Guy Pearce is also good as a villain, although he doesn't show enough emotion for a villain, really. January Jones is okay. She's not really allowed to emote because most of the situations have her being quiet most of the time for some reason. I don't know. The one scene she does emote is where she confronts him about the necklace. And even then, I don't think she's really bringing her A game to anything. You know what I mean? The climax. So the climax takes place in the abandoned mall next door to wherever they were. And Jimmy has a change of heart and tries to save them. But of course, because for some reason, there's no redemption story without a death. So he dies right away. He's like, Laura, run! And then he gets shot by Simon right away, whose real name is Eugene Cook. Okay? Who cares? What does it matter what his real name is? Just call him Simon. Well, you have to have a real name to say that this group uses. I don't know. But there's a shootout. I think Will and his wife, they kill the rest of the men. Then a guy shows up who was the guy at the precinct that helped him escape. And he says that as far as anyone knows, Eugene Cook and Jimmy and these other people, they shot each other to death. You guys were never here, and that's how it's going to be. So they leave. The last scene of the movie has him bringing the information he gathered. It was the guy that he accidentally killed. He is exonerated for the death, with the footage showing that it was actually Marsh, the guy, attacking him, and it was an accident. He felt it was death. It was self-defense or whatever he called it. And so he gives the guy the information on the group, hoping that they can bring it to light. He's offered to join the group. He says no, and hoping that they can bring the group to light. But as the guy goes to leave, he turns around and he goes, The White Rabbit jumps, indicating that he's part of the group and nothing's gonna happen. The movie ends like that. Now, I don't remember if it's explicitly told, but I've always been under the assumption, I've seen this twice now. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. You've seen this movie, let me know if I'm wrong or not, because I don't remember if it was explicitly told. But the guy who raped his wife, was he sent there by Simon to do it so that he can later use that to his advantage? Did Simon send the guy to rape her so that he can then use Will later? I think. I don't remember if they mentioned that specifically. I tuned out a couple times, but I don't remember ever hearing whether or not the guy was involved with the group or anything. Also, the guy that they showed when he assaulted her and the guy they showed later, they look like 40 years apart in age. Like the guy they show assaulting her earlier, I don't know if they used the stuntman for that or something, I don't know, but he looked younger than the guy they showed later, which was an older man. Then again, they could have just killed a different person. And the guy who did it actually got away. And they used the guy that was good enough to do it just to force him. Maybe the guy's not really even... I don't know. I really don't know. But they got the necklace back, so it had to be the guy, right? Or the guy was working for them, and they killed some innocent guy, and they had the necklace already. I don't know. I really don't know. They didn't explain enough for us to figure anything out. They set things up for a possible sequel that never happened because this movie didn't do very well. Not a surprise, considering it's a straight-to-video release. Although, we have seen there are some direct-to-video Nicolas Cage movies that aren't that bad, like Joe. This one's not too bad, but it's not nothing to run right home about. Nicolas Cage's performance is pretty good, and there's the idea of a secret group doing this kind of things is kind of interesting, but they don't really explore it enough. Like, all they show us that there are people you don't know. Anyone could be part of this group. Ooh. But it's really nothing spectacular. But, yeah, so Seeking Justice. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It's not that bad, but still not that good. Good performances from Nicolas Cage and Guy Pearce, but other than that, eh. So what are your thoughts on Seeking Justice? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.